hunting, but it's fishing. And you just get out there and fish in the dirt. You never know what your day is gonna be like. Sometimes you get hungry and wet and you don't find a thing. Other days, you're out for 2 hours and you come back with treasures that are just funner than heck. This here I found along a riverbank. It's a pocket watch, and the crystal is still intact. What's neat about hunting underneath a forest canopy is the stuff doesn't sink into the ground, and there's very little build on top of it. So stuff can be lost 100 years ago and it's underneath an inch of leaves. Irradiation, historically we think of that as a bad thing. But back in the 1940s and 50s, irradiation meant high tech, like we use the word digital. It was irradiated at let's see, the Museum of Atomic Energy. My best find, as far as historically, is a watch fob. It says Enumclaw Dairy Carnival, 1913. And it has a cow. And then on the back, it says, an event in which we proclaim our superiority as a dairy-producing section. I mean, the language is so cool. And again, who lost this? I found it, and it's a part of me.
When we return, Scott will take us into the Cascade foothills to search for artifacts and coins in Washington's old coal mining areas. "35 miles east of Seattle lies a beautiful area in the foothills of Mount Rainier. You couldn't tell it now, but in the 1880s, this area was a top coal producer for the Pacific Northwest, with thousands of people residing in the valley. It's here that Scott Seville lives and hunts for artifacts and coins left almost 100 years ago.
A lot of times, the best metal detecting spots are between places. The land we live on, all of it was lived on just as extensively as people live today. They ran through the woods, walked down the hillsides, walked along the creek banks. And those kind of places are overlooked a lot. And some of the most significant finds are found in those kind of spots. Okay, I'm getting a signal that is showing good high numbers. 85, 90, 86, 75. Right there, I've shrunk that field down to where all I'm doing is finding the center of the object. Right there is the center. So right in the middle of that hole, the center of the search coil. Okay, we're gonna dig. This shows promise. So we'll see here. I'm doing a flap that you peel back. And you always want to do a flap, because then the grass can be put back and there'll still be root structure to feed moisture. Here it's a field, you don't have to worry about it, but it's a good habit to get into, so when you're doing a nice lawn, you don't end up with dead spots, or you minimize the effect. Okay, pull out the bullseye. It's a dime. It's a mercury dime. $19.20. That's a good find. That's a good find. When you find coins that have been in the ground for a long time, they tend to get a whitish, powdery kind of look, because they're 90% silver and 10% copper. Well, the ground salts and stuff, they leach the copper out of the surface of the coin, and you end up with more of a white, powdery looking kind of coin. And I don't think, if it was a 1921, that's a rare date. So we're 1 year off from it being a rare date. But that's a good find. It's a good find. It's a memory.
Besides being an avid treasure hunter, Scott's other hobby is coin collecting. This second hobby has given him insight into preserving the value of what he finds in the ground.
You have to really watch out about scratching coins. Coin collecting has reached the point now to where people look at coins underneath intense magnification. And you can literally take thousands of dollars off a coin by rubbing a dirty coin to read the date. It's super important to rinse those coins in water, and put them in a cotton ball container. Wait till you get home to check the date. Don't be scrubbing it. Don't clean them. Collectors look at clean coins and they shriek back in horror, something bright and shiny. There's a big difference between mint luster and bright and shiny. Bright and shiny is a scary thing.
The benefits of treasure hunting for Scott Seville go way beyond finding coins and jewelry. His time in the outdoors provides a way for him to relax and enjoy touching the past.
When you find a coin or artifact, especially about your local history, that you know about the community, you know the people, you kind of have a general feel of how the town developed. And then you find a part of that history, and especially when things are grouped together. It feels like you're reaching back in time and making a connection with someone back then. And you know, you are truly the next person to touch that after the person who lost it. And so might sound kind of corny, but I don't care. It's totally cool.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Treasure Hunting America. Be sure to join us next time for more stories of everyday treasure hunters all across the country. Until next time, I'm Mark Hendricks. Happy hunting! Treasure Hunting America is sponsored by White's Electronics, manufacturers of the world's finest metal detectors. For over 50 years, White's has been building metal detectors in the USA for treasure hunters around the world. For more information, visit their website or call the number on your screen.